Hey guys, Jay here. Once again, Halloween is right around the corner. So, this is my third annual now Halloween video of costumes that you can not only bring around Halloween, but also to conventions if you want. In this video, I'm gonna, again, go over 3 costumes that you can not only bring outside to your little Halloween things that you're doing, like your trick-or-treating and stuff, or people coming to your house or whatever, but you can also bring them to conventions. Now, technically, yes, you can bring any costume to a convention, it doesn't really matter, but these are more cosplay quality Halloween costumes. So they're not gonna look like a Walmart Halloween costume or something. Anyway, 2 of these are gonna be really long. Sorry, that's why the video is long. Nothing I can do about it. I cut them down as much as I possibly could, and I'm gonna try and make this intro as fast as possible. Nothing I can do about that. Anyway, to get on to the first one, super easy, one that I've been doing for years, since 2019. Yeah, 2019. Literally the one I get my hair cut for. Red from Pokemon, the original Game Boy game. So, yeah, this is from Pokemon Red and Blue for the original Game Boy. I bought everything. I altered the hat and bought everything else. So the jacket came alone. It actually had gloves for Champion Red, because Champion Red has black gloves with white cuffs on them. I believe they have white cuffs, I don't remember. I don't do Champion Red, I do regular Red, because it's a little different. He has very slightly different look to him, and a slightly different hat. But the original, from the original game on Game Boy, this is basically what he wore. So, they came with the jacket, and the jacket actually had the white on the closure area, so I sewed that back. I do need to, like, glue that down or something, or use, like, adhesive somehow to glue it down, because it likes to do this, and it's annoying. He doesn't have that normally. That's a different version. So, yeah, I just did that, and then I added these pockets because they weren't on there. This is just like, I don't even know what kind of fabric it is, but I got something that was like as close as I could to the kind they use in these costumes. Got it on Amazon. I'll see if I can find one that's either close enough or the one I bought. And then the hat is a cadet hat, and I'll link one of those if I can find one. It's a red cadet hat, like literally like a one you'd have in the military. And then I just took the same white fabric that I used for the pockets and made a square or a rectangle that was the right size and sewed it down by hand. And that's it. This was bought on Etsy, and I'll link that. And my friend Atlas, who does blue, also has the one for blue. I bought both of them from the same person. And then it kept coming off because it's just a pin, and so I glued it on the inside. Like the pin back, I glued it on. So there's that. But yeah, and like I said, I do my hair for this because this hat doesn't fit over a wig at all. I mean, I already have it on, so we might as well go check it out. Alright, for this costume, it's going to be pretty easy. Basically buy everything. This is just going to be a Mafia mobster type thing. Not 100% sure what else to call it, but you can buy everything, and that's what I did. I didn't make anything at all for this. So, but I did get them from a bunch of different places, so I can give you some ideas of where I went, and the kind of style I went for, and what to look for. So, to get this thing together. So, to start out, we got a hat. So this, just your typical, it even says gangster hat. So they just call this the gangster section. I realize I don't have scissors out here. I'm gonna need to cut these off. Hold on, got scissors. Alright, so as you can see, it's just from Spirit, and snip, snip. So here's the hat. Fits just fine, so there's that. They had the actual one that everyone calls a fedora, that's called a trilby. They had a pinstripe version of that, but that one looked too not correct. Like, this one looks a lot more like what you would see a mobster character wear rather than the other one. So I went with this one, and I couldn't find a pinstriped suit, so I went a different direction. That's what I was going to do, was all pinstripes, and the one they had at Spirit was that costume quality that's really bad, and I didn't want to do it. So it was like a really thin polyester that like feels kind of silky. You'll be able to see one that I have, a piece, but you won't be able to see too much of it. when it's on, so it's not a big deal. But that quality, the Halloween costume quality, that's not what I want. So I couldn't find anything like that. So instead, I'm doing what, I don't know what the things are called, but it's kind of like a duster, like a trench coat. But dusters are the ones that have that capelet around it, and like you'd think like the Undertaker from wrestling, or Hellboy wears a duster, a couple other characters. But that's not the one I want. I wanted the one that looks like a blazer, where it has the lapels and the collar, but was long. I couldn't find exactly what I wanted, but when we went to Goodwill, I found this. It is a costume quality one. It's not very good. It's a little closer to cosplay quality than the Spirit quality or the Walmart quality. But here, let me just, it has the collar here that I can put down, but it's got the lapels on it. So I don't know how well you can see it because I can't see my monitor that well, but yeah, it has the lapels on it. So that's what I was looking for. This is a costume one. The tag was cut out, so it's definitely used, but it's my size. It's exactly how big I wanted it, so that works. So I got this, and then with this, for some reason, had weird things with it. I don't know why. I think they just got some random stuff donated, and they were like, okay, we'll put all that together, I guess. So it came with a vest, which I'm going to show you in a minute, which is what I wanted for the... It would go under a blazer normally, but a lot of the pictures that I was seeing on Google, they didn't have blazers, but if they had a blazer, they had only the blazer over the vest thing. And then if they had one of these jackets that I got, these long ones, they didn't have the blazer on under it. I'll show you the vest. The vest came with it, with the little jacket thing. Well, not little jacket thing, but... And this one is pinstriped, but the good thing about that is you can't see it. Because the area, I mean, you will, probably if I leave it opened, but the area that this covers over it covers up the pinstripes, basically, so you can't see them, especially when it's closed. But this is costume quality. This is what I was talking about, where it's that silky stuff. It feels like it's from like a party store, because it probably is. And this has literally one piece of Velcro, and then you can button it up on the side. So this goes, so it'll be a shirt, like a, I have one right here. This is a white button-down shirt. It was the only one I could find that fit me at Goodwill. They were running out of stuff, and I don't have any white ones, because I don't normally wear white. So here, I'll just do that. Last but not least, for the clothing, well, I mean, I'm just going to wear black pants and black shoes. So I'll just, I guess, show you those in just a moment. But, I mean, it's whatever. I just have black pants that I wear to work. I'm just going to wear those. But this white shirt, this is just a white button-down shirt. And this one actually has this cool, like, pleated thing here. I don't know why, but it's just got some pleats on it. But that was the only one I could find that fit me. So I'm going to have to go with it. I'm not going to go look for another one. Other than that, here's my shoes. They're just shoes. These are actually for a cosplay. So, like, that sword there, it's my Reinhardt cosplay from ReZero. Those shoes are for that costume. So, I'm just reusing them for this. So, as far as accessories go, I do have a few accessories. I have technically 3, if you think about it, but one of them is multiple. So, I have a bunch of ties here. So, let's see. When we were at Goodwill, I found this tie. This was really nice. I really like this one, actually. And then my mom was actually the one who found this one. So, well, actually, she found the next two. But she found this one when she was at a store. And then she was like, hey, I know you're doing that costume thing, the video. So, this one looks like it might match a little better. So, she bought me this one. And then this one as well, she found there. I think this one might be too thin. But it's black, so it would probably match a little better. But I'm not 100% sure how this one's going to look because it's a skinny tie. I'll see, and if it doesn't work out because it's too thin, then I'm gonna have to find my other one. I do have a black one, I just don't know where it is. So the other things I wanted rings. So I found these. Yeah, these are pimp rings. They literally didn't have anything like this in the mob section or gang section or whatever. So this is just gold rings. One's a $, one has a bunch of like little fake diamonds in it, and another one is like a thinner one with diamonds in it. So these are heavy. These are actual metal, like, or I don't know why they're actual metal. Oh, these might not fit. They barely fit. I might have to grind them out. That's not good. Yeah, I'm gonna have to grind these down on the inside. So I can use a Dremel, like this, and grind out on the inside. Like, I don't want to, but I might have to. The other thing I can do is see if I can take them up, like put a slit in them, like go through the middle here, and maybe use pliers to open them up, because they're just soft metal. They're like probably aluminum or something. I might have to do that. I don't want to, but I thought these were going to be like really big, like way too big, but they're actually a little small, so that's not good. But let's just go through them anyway. I'm not going to do any of that on the video, but and I don't know what'll work, so I'll do it off camera. Maybe I'll come back if I find something and I'll tell you what I did or something, but I'll figure out what I can do with these and see what happens. So here's one, and it's got a $sign on it, and the other big one that has a bunch of diamonds on it, or was supposed to look like diamonds, and this one that looks more like a wedding band than a gangster ring, but it looks like it has a diamond in the middle. So I also have 2 rings that my stepdad's gonna give me. I'm only using them in the showcase so that I don't lose them, but they're both, one of them is nice and it's fake. It's a plastic one, I think, but it does fit. I've already tried them on. It does fit, and it's just a nice gold one that has like a little gem in it. And then the other one is an actual diamond ring with real diamonds in it, and it's very similar to the big diamond one that has a bunch of diamonds in it. It's more like the smaller inset area here. It's like that size. It's missing a diamond, but that's whatever. But yeah, it's a real diamond ring, so I'm not gonna have it anywhere where I can lose it. I lose stuff in here all the time. I'm not gonna do that. So I'm just letting you know those are part of what I have. Anyway, on to the final thing, which is a light up cigar. And if you actually smoke or something, or you actually smoke cigars, you could just use a real one if you want. You can always add fake smoke to photos. Gotta open it now. I've been waiting to open this one. I wanted to play with it. So it looks like yeah. Well, that's easy. Okay, what does it say on the back? Oh, you pulled this out. Oh, sweet, okay. It's a little difficult to put together. Ha, got him in there. Oh, there we go. Okay, so it's a single press light. So batteries are in there. If you didn't see, like that. And the plus side faces that way, negative faces that way. Push that back in. That goes there. Okay, that's very subtle, but it's pretty cool. I don't hate it, so there's that. But let me see here. Okay, I was really hoping that I could press it with my tongue, but I can't. It's too deep in there, so I have to do it separately, and then, you know, turn it on and off every time I do that. So you can tell I used to smoke a long time ago. Anyway, yeah, that's basically it. It just lights up. It doesn't light up that great, but it'll look good in the dark though, actually. So I might film in like a darker location. We might do this in my living room because it's nice and dark down there. We never turn the lights on almost. We have like a little lamp that we turn on, which will be just enough light. Yeah, that's about it for this. Honestly, that's about it for the whole thing. So I'll put everything on the way I'm going to wear it in the video. Actually, before I get into wearing the costume, forgot to film one part. I literally filmed the entire part of the next part that's coming up, the little costume thing, where you just see it real fast. Filmed all that, put everything on the computer, started editing it, remembered I didn't film the props. So I gotta do that now. So both of my props are guns. You're gonna have to look up your local laws and whatever country you're in, depending on where you see this, your laws there, to see if you're even allowed to have any of this stuff. I don't know if you are. We're allowed to have them, but they have to be very specific. So last year, I bought this little Glock 9mm whatever thing. I don't know what it is. I'm not big on guns. I don't know the names, but I just know that this is the basic Glock. I got it for a robbery costume, like a bank robber. Never used it, so this one doesn't actually fire anything and doesn't, like, it can't cock back or anything. It's just solid. Well, I mean, it's hollow, but it's static. That's the word. But it does that. It's really loud when it clicks, which is probably a legal thing. I'm not sure, but it can't fire anything for real, and there's nowhere to put any bullets in it. It's not real in any way. It's not a real firearm. So like I said, I did this one last year, and I kind of did a little bit of a paint job to make it look a little more realistic than just a plastic toy. I don't think I did that well, but I wanted it to have more of a dark, like, gunmetal look, like a gunmetal silver. This was, like, I think $10 at Spirit or something like that. It's in the other video, the one before this one, the other Halloween one. But yeah, it's just this. There's nothing much else to it. The other one, however, is this. So this is just a BB gun. It can't fire actual bullets or airsoft pellets. It'll only fire BBs. So it does have moving parts, which means it can't be at a convention. So, like, that moves. That would even right there make it not allowed. The trigger does move. There's nothing in it, but the trigger does move. The magazine comes out, and, well, the sight moves, but I don't think it's a big deal. But it also has this, so that, I'm gonna put the safety back on. But it also has this pull here, and that's how you load it. So you pull that back before you fire it. So now it has a safety on, so I can't pull that back anymore. These are legal in the U.S. anywhere, basically. I don't think there's a law on them, period, other than the orange cap, which I'll talk about in a second. But I'll show you it close up, I guess. But there's nothing special to it other than the fact that it's a BB gun, and that you can probably walk around with this. But the one thing that makes it the legal thing is, you can see both of these, they have orange on the end, very bright orange tips. That is legally required on all fake guns. You must have this in order to walk around and not have people think it's a real gun, by law. So, and, like, even if you have, like, a concealed carry permit or you're open carrying, because we have open carry here in the state, you still have to have this on there if it's a fake gun. If you have a fake gun and you're found with a fake gun and it doesn't have a thing on it, regardless, you will get in trouble. So, just so you know. Anyway, now we're going to move on to me putting the little thing on, all the costume pieces on real quick, just so you can see a real quick thing here, and then we'll do the showcase after that. Alright, so here's everything on, basically, and then we got the hat. I'm going to probably do something different with my hair. I might slick it back. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah. So you can see the pinstripes here, but if I close the thing up, so yeah, you can sort of see it right here, but I mean, that's fine. But I'm probably going to have it open for the most part. If I can get it back off. Come on. There we go. There's a single button on here. I don't think I really need that. But yeah, this is basically the costume. And then all these rings and stuff. Like, this one fits fine, but the other ones, not so much. That one fits right there. It kind of fits. No, it doesn't. I'll have to figure something out again. And then I got the, you won't be able to see the light up, so this, like that. So that's the costume. Honestly, I think this is dope. I actually like it a whole lot. But just so you can see, this would be the other tie my mom found. I don't know how well you can see it, but, and then the tie we got with the rest of the stuff. And yeah, so if you could see that and you liked it, then I mean, it's whatever. But yeah, this is, I already got it on, so let's go try it out. Alright, so this costume is going to be an Among Us crewmate. because, you know, that's still popular, right? So, yeah, we're going to be doing an Among Us crewmate, and it has to be white. So you can see in this, right here, I have this little guy here. This is for later. We'll just put that down for now. Pretend you didn't see that. Anyway, so this flipped over. Didn't mean to do that. But this is the only spacesuit I could find, or the only astronaut jumpsuit is what it says. They only had white and blue, but they didn't have any blue helmets. Also, they do have the logos on here, the NASA logo. They have a NASA one on this side. There's another one on this arm, the right arm over here, that's like a triangle that I think is another NASA one, and then an American flag over here. Those can't come off. They're embroidered on there, and this is the only spacesuit I could find. So, and this was from Spirit. Obviously, it says Spirit right there. And I couldn't find anything else that was either this or better. So, it was only worse than this that I could find. Like, Party City had really crappy foamy ones. So, this is what we're working with. But this one does fit. I tried everything on just to make sure. And it all does fit. Now, obviously, it's just put the thing on and you're done, right? Or put the thing on and have that knife and you're done, right? No, that's not all I'm doing to it. Now, I could do something with this hat, like put it on the helmet or something, because they do have stuff on their head sometimes. Like you can decorate your head or whatever. But I don't want to do that. I'm going to do something else, completely different. I still might add something on the head, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll see what happens as we go along. But for now, I don't think I want to. But I am going to do something to the outfit itself. And it's not going to damage the outfit, so don't worry about that. You're not going to be damaging this. As you can see here, this is the logos, and they are embroidered on. So they're not removable. It's just how it is. I'm just going to have to live with that. Just so you can see, I'll put it on, I guess. Bam, spacesuit fits. So, it's actually not that hot in here, so I might as well just keep this on for now. But, oh, there's a thread. So, let's look at the helmet. Might have to adjust my camera a little bit. There we go. And so I already, as I said, tested all this stuff out. Get out of there. So I already cut all the tape and stuff. So this space helmet is actually not bad. It's really nice. Oops. It's like a vacuum formed thin plastic. It's lined with couch foam. So it's got all this squishy foam in there. I do have to remove some of it to get my ears in there a little better, but it's not bad. So I'll start by opening the thing up. It goes all the way around for some reason, even though it should only go about to there or something, but it goes all the way back. I don't know. So there is a protective film on it. I'm not gonna take that off yet. Oh no, there's only a protective square. Okay, here we go. And okay, so this is hard to hear. We'll just so that's fogging up like crazy. So for actual use, I'll probably put defogger on the inside or something. But we're gonna be adding stuff to this. So this isn't just gonna be like this with a knife. But so this I'll show you in a little bit, like I said. Anyway, I'm going to add to this. So what I'm adding to this is going to be a giant mouth right here with the tongue sticking out. So I don't really have any. Oh, this needs to be like that. Whatever. I don't really have a picture of what I'm trying to explain, but we sell one of those flip inside out type plushies at one of the places I work at, and there's an Among Us one. And I have a picture of it so I can show you what that looks like. And it has the mouth on it. That's what I'm going to add to my spacesuit, but I'm going to make it out of EVA foam. So let me get rid of this, or get out of it, and we'll move on to the EVA foam. Actually, before we get into that, let's actually do the easy part first. That is what this guy is for, and what the knife is for. You might be able to see where this is going because I have an actual knife down here. is my actual pocket knife. What I'm gonna do is stab this little dude. So this squeaks. That's kind of fun. So I was thinking, stab him, carry that around as a prop, and have him beg for his life. But yeah, so it's just a plushie, and I'm gonna stab him. So let's stab him. Stab him. There we go. So I should probably open this first. This is a dope knife. I really like this actually. So this, yeah. There we go. Oh, that's awesome. Yep, this is exactly what I wanted. Except for I need to get this back in there. There we go. Come on. Nope, get the fluffies back in there. Yeah, yeah, I like that. Oh, Atlas is gonna get a kick out of this too. So do this and he's begging for his life. And just carry it around like that. Okay, I'm super happy about how this turned out. Anyway, so now we're gonna move on to the mouth thingy out of foam. And it's just gonna be a few layers of foam. Really easy. To make the mouth, I started with the teeth. I cut triangle shapes out of 20mm foam half dowels. These are factory cut to be half of a circle down the entire length. Cutting them into triangle shapes kind of resembles monster teeth, which is what I want. So this works out. For the tongue, I make a template by sketching something close enough to what I want on paper and then cutting it out of 2mm What the Foam. You can just use regular red 2mm craft foam if you want, but I have scraps for this, so that's what I'm going to use. Also, regular foam is way cheaper, so if you can, just use that. With the mouth shape drawn down on some black 6mm foam, I place the teeth how I want them with the tongue. Later, I make a much larger tongue, so it looks like it's over the area where there's no teeth made, rather than looking like there's just no teeth there. Since I don't have any off-white foam, I have to paint the teeth. This is the only actual paint that I needed to do. I did use darker red on the tongue just to try to simulate blood on it, but it's actually really hard to see. For the paint, I used an off-white color and brushed it on, then used a dark red mixture that I made and dry brushed this on to look like blood. I also made it where it was a lot more on the bottoms of the lower teeth because honestly gravity would draw blood down, which pools at the bottom of the teeth, but you can do whatever you want. That's just what I wanted to do. I glue all of the teeth on, being mindful of where I want the tongue to go, and then I glue that on. It's also going over one tooth that's right after the gap on the right to give it at least a little bit of depth. After cutting the whole thing out, I cut long strips out of some black foam to make lips, and I make them in 2 layers, which makes the entirety of the black foam 3 layers. So there's the back layer that the teeth are glued to, then a middle strip that's above and below the flat edges of the teeth in order to make the back height match the teeth a little better, and then the actual lips which overlap the flat areas of the teeth so that they're now behind this layer a little bit, you know, just like real teeth would be. The last thing I need to do is add a strap. I might switch this out for a white one later, as I think I'll remove the black strapping on the suit, but I'm not sure yet. But for this strap, you can attach it however you want. I glued it on and I'm using little clips that meet in the back. And finally, you'll want to heat form this entire thing with a heat gun to match the curve of your body. Alright, so I'm now completely done with the mouthpiece. It's gonna go like that when I wear the whole thing. So that's it. Basically, that's everything for the mouthpiece. All right, so it's been a few days, but I have to get this part done, and I can't waste any more time. So I'm just going to tell you what I was going to do that I'm not able to do right now. It might end up being in a showcase because this is months early, but I want to get this part over with because I got to get my camera emptied out for my next convention. So what I wanted to do was add the headwear on top of it, because you can do that with your avatar if you've ever played the game. Personally, I haven't, but I know that you can do that. You can add like the top hat or the devil horns or a crown. I was going to do all 3. I was going to make them interchangeable. I was going to do magnets across the top. So I was going to cut out some of the padding in here and then replace it with magnets inside it. So I would put the magnets in and then replace the padding again. And that way it'd be magnets all along the top here, but inside. And then I was going to have the props be like the hat or the devil horns or whatever have magnets in them, and they would magnetize to the helmet. Can't do that because I don't know where my magnets are. Completely lost them. So I've been looking for a few days and I can't find them. So there's nothing I can do about that. But if I do find them or end up being able to get more by the time that I actually do the showcase part of this, which is going to be months later, this is the end of August when I'm doing this. Nice and early. So if I have the time to do that and I find them, then that'll be in the showcase, and that's how I did it. And you might be wondering why I don't just do it and glue it down. Well, I won't be able to open this first off because that is a little more than halfway. So they would be glued around the halfway part in there's a seam here. They'll be glued around there, and that would not be able to open correctly without breaking it. As well as if I'm moving this around from like my house to the convention, it's very easy to just break those right off. So I'm not going to do that at all. Also, for the outfit, I might be taking off this black strap here. I don't know for sure. And then the mouth I might replace with a white strap. It all depends on how it looks. I haven't actually put it even on yet, but there's a lot of black accent on here, so these black straps kind of look cool with it. So that's why I put the black strap in the black mouth, because it kind of gives it a little more accent rather than everything being white. So I don't know what that's going to look like at that time. If I do change that, then that's what you're going to see in the showcase. If not, then it'll be normal. But I'm not going to get the actual gloves or the boot covers for this actual costume because, well, first off, I can't find them. Spirit doesn't have them. They just don't have them in the store, the one near me. So I'm not getting them. I'm just going to use white gloves. They're just tux gloves, like tuxedo gloves. And then I'm just going to wear black boots because it matches with the black accents on it already. And even if I take the straps off, the zippers and the collar are black, so it'll match anyway. So it's not a big deal. But anyway, now that I'm done with this, I should grab everything and go put it on. Alright, so there's the 3 costumes. That'll probably be better for winning a costume contest than anything else, but because they're so much higher quality and a little better than what you're going to see around the neighborhood. But now you can wow all your friends and family and the rest of the neighborhood with your super awesome costumes. So if you like this video, go ahead and give it that thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys later.